As the Republican presidential primary season began this spring, one element appeared different from past cycles: the party's donors, billionaires, multimillionaires, and assorted invisible hands, were lining up against frontrunner Donald Trump. Ron DeSantis' super PAC, Never Back Down, has raised an eye-popping $130 million less than 2 months into the Florida governor's campaign. Leaders of Club for Growth, the influential small government lobby, have launched a PAC aimed at rallying party's voters beyond Trump. The last 3 elections show he lost, said former Congressman David McIntosh, the group's chairman. Americans for Prosperity Action, a super PAC affiliated with the Koch network, announced that it has pledged $70 million to prevent Trump from becoming president again. $25 million of which was directly pledged by Koch Industries. Of all anti-Trump pledges, this one was perhaps the most striking for a generation. GOP. If Charles Koch were against it, he could almost by definition not be said to support anything. Along the way you'll sometimes hear rumors of a Stop Trump event. An operative affiliated with the rival campaign told me that pollsters in Iowa had come across Americans for Prosperity anti-Trump literature left on voters' doorsteps. Even the more visible efforts have been a bit shy. During the first Republican debate, Koch-affiliated super PAC paid for 30-second ad in which woman dressed in cardigan and jeans stands on white soundstage and speaks directly to the camera. I am so tired of all this. It's all about him, not us. Obsession with 2020. Revenge and now all the accusations. He concludes to defeat Joe Biden. We must break with Donald Trump. There were also some familiar elements. Club for Growth is paying to run a 60-second ad in Iowa in which a middle-aged man sits on the front steps and says he voted for Trump twice but won't do it this time. Constant fighting. Stuff going on every day. And I am not sure you can focus on moving country forward, John says in the video of him pulling lawnmower cord. Meanwhile, the Republican Accountability Project ran a 30-second commercial in Iowa eventually turned on him. They found their loyalty had no impact on Trump's base. They could also be John Kasich. It was striking this summer to realize how important January 6th was for the Stop Trump group, especially for figures like Barr and Mulvaney. But that rebellion never features an S designed to persuade voters to break with Trump. It's hard to detect any trace of order when it comes politics. Either much of the talk among Trump's rivals has been about wild plans use the military attack Mexico, theoretically targeting drug cartels. A new MAGA think tank. Every party always experiences some tension between its elites and its base. But it's hard to think of a more glorious distinction than the one that defines the GOP. A few. I called Bill Kristol, conservative executive who